Here we're going to talk about using distributive property. So what's inside the parentheses is being multiplied all by 6a to the 7th. So we have two different terms in here, 2a to the 9th and 8a. I need to multiply this by both of them. So mainly it's just take it slow and think about the separate parts. So our coefficient, 6 times 2 gives us 12. a to the 7th times a to the 9th. What do I do with exponents? Well, if I picture what does a to the 7th mean, it means a times itself 7 times. So a whole bunch of them. And this means the same thing. Since it's all multiplication, if I wrote that all out, I'd have 7 a's in a row and then 9 a's in a row. So all together, I'd have 16 a's all written out in a row, all multiplied by each other. So this is where the adding the exponents comes from. It's multiplication, all multiplication, so I have 16 a's multiplied by each other. And then for the second term, the coefficient, 6 times 8 is 48. And a to the 7th times, what's the exponent if there's just a single a? It's 1. Sometimes it helps to write that to remind yourself. So a to the 7th times 1 more a is a to the 8th. And so there you've successfully distributed. Let's try another one. So 7c squared minus 6c to the 4th plus 4 times 8c to the 3rd. So here the thing we're distributing is at the end of the parentheses. Does that make a difference? Like 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. Multiplication is what we call commutative. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. So it doesn't matter that this is at the end. If it bothers you, you can write it out front and erase it over here. It doesn't bother me, so I'm just going to do it the way it is. So 8c to the 3rd times each of these three terms. So 8c to the 3rd times 7c squared. It's a lot to say at once. We'll think about it in parts. So 8 times 7 and c to the 3rd times c squared. So really I have 3 c's times another 2. So altogether I'd have 5 c's written out. Now on to my next term. 8c to the 3rd times negative 6c to the 4th. So 8 times negative 6 is negative 48. And c to the 3rd times c to the 4th. So if I wrote it all out, I'd have 7 c's altogether. And then last one, 8 times 4 is 32. And I'm not multiplying by any more c's, so c to the 3rd times no more c's is still just c to the 3rd. So there we just distributed to 3 different terms.